Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my NHL 20 franchise mode here in the state of hockey. In the previous episode, we beat the Chicago Blackhawks in the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs for the second straight year. So finally, we get one over on the Blackhawks after years of abuse from the former dynasty. We come back from a three games to two in the second round deficit. We come back from a 3-goal deficit in game number 6 to win it all in game 7. An incredible 7-game series. It was back and forth. We get a 4-0 shutout. Everything, it seemed okay. It's like, wow, we're really dominating the Blackhawks, but it only took a little bit of time. Game 2, it went to OT. We could have taken the 2-0 series lead right there, but I believe Gustav Slychuk beat us in, I want to say it was a second period of overtime. Then we lose our second straight 5-3 loss. We weren't looking good. 5-1 victory. We bring the series back to a best of 3. Then we get shut out 2-0. And, shutouts are shutouts. For any team. You can get shut out anytime, any place. It does not matter. It does not matter. You could be the Tampa Bay Lightning, IRL, and you could be the Washington Capitals in the 70s, one of the worst teams in NHL history. And you could shut them out. But in this game, when we have 100 overall offense, you should never be getting shut out ever. Ever. There is not a goaltender in the league that can stop a 99 overall, 90 overalls, the best defense in the league. You should not be able to be getting a shutout against a 62-win regular season team. It does not matter. Inexcusable. We're down 3-2 in the series. As I said, the biggest turning point in the series was the series tying game. We were down 2-1, we tied up. We go down 3-2. In game 6, we were down 3-0. I want to say we scored 2 in the second period, and we bring it all the way back. Win 4-3 in regulation. Game 7 is where you put all your marbles. You throw them all out. There is no tomorrow, and we dominate from the opening bell. I believe Kel Newman scored 2 really quick ones. It's been a few days since I recorded, by the way. So it's hard to remember a lot from this series, but I do remember the key parts. In Game 7, what a sweet, sweet victory. So for the second straight year, the Minnesota Wild are here in the Western Conference Finals, but before we get to the Sharks lineups, I want to see how everybody produced in that 7-game series, okay? Obviously, you have your few big guys. You have Kel Newman, and I want to give a huge freaking props to Kel Newman. 13 goals. He's got 9 power play goals. He's the only reason our power play is dominating. He's playing 16 minutes an evening, which is phenomenal. He's shooting at 24%. The biggest gripe I have with him is that he's a -3, but without those 9 goals, we would have been kicked out a long, long time ago. Anthony Francis has 15 points. I want him to go off. Similar to last year, I don't think he's going to get anywhere near 39 points in 22 games. That is going to be very, very hard to accomplish. I doubt that happens, but if he wants to get to that point, he's going to have to start right now. 15 points in 12 games is really solid, but he needs to continue getting better. Alexei Petrangelov, who, after a rough beginning to the regular season, 11 goals through about 37 games, finishes with 40-plus goals, comes into the playoffs at over a point per game, 13 in 12 games, 8 goals, 1-game winner, 4 power play goals. Him and Kel Newman are the only one potting goals on the power play. So they have been very, very effective. Nils Höglander, he has been important. He's not shooting the puck very much. 23 shots. So probably a lot of those shots have turned into goals, or into goals for other players. 12 assists. You're an assist per game, over a point per game. That's all I can ask for. Our captain, Kirill Kaprizov, has been very, very quiet. I always expect more out of my big players. Always. He has had to deal with a lot of really, really awesome players in the last 2 rounds. Gustav Slychuk, Dobrinkat, a lot of really awesome players. Patrick Laine, Jesper Straka. He's had to deal with a lot. Okay? He's dealt with adversity before. He's been on some terrible Minnesota Wild teams. He's been in every recent playoff series. He's been impressive in each of those. You can look back. 10 points last year. Or 10 points this year. 33 last year. 6 the year before. 10 in his first playoff series. I need more out of my captain. 5 goals is impressive. 1 game winner is even better. He needs to be better. And then after that, we kind of take a dip. I could go overall, just talk about each of these guys on their own. Fitzgerald is a throwaway guy. Luke Kunin needs to be better defensively. Louis Langweeder needs to be better. Beckman has been actually really solid. Zucker has also been very, very good. Chris Griffin, 3 goals. I believe one of those were an OT winning goal, and he's had 2 game winners as a rookie. Very, very impressive. Ryan Hartman's been pretty good. Jack Hughes has been kind of disappointing. That second line has had to deal with a lot. I'm waiting for one of these Western teams, or maybe an Eastern Conference team if we make it to the Stanley Cup Finals. Maybe Jack Hughes can light it up. I want him to be a long-term Minnesota Wild, but if he wants to start making a name for himself, it's right here in the Western Conference Finals. It only gets harder from here. The point totals aren't there in my depth, but I'm expecting bigger things in the next potentially 14 games. We're currently 8 wins away from the Stanley Cup. We were 2 wins away last year and we blew it. Okay, how's the defense looking? It was rough overall defensively for every player except a few guys who had pluses. Marcus Mironov has a +7. You can look, some guys have a -3, and you see that a lot. They were matched up with some pretty offensively talented players. But we won. We're here. There's a lot of gripes I have with this team, but we shouldn't be letting up this amount of goals. I'm going to put a lot of that on goaltending. There has been a lot of high-scoring games in this postseason, but we're here in the West. I'd be a lot madder if we got eliminated. But Marcus Mironov is one of the best players on this team. Most underrated? Probably. 67 points in the regular season. He comes here in the postseason, puts up 10 in 12, 2 goals, 8 assists, 1 game winner, 3 power play points. He's a +7. He's an absolute beauty. Quinn Hughes and Brandt Clarke have had to deal with a lot. Going up against the best offense of these two teams, they have been hurt. But they're putting at the point totals. Quinn Hughes doesn't have any goals, but he's passing the puck. Brandt Clarke, 7 points. Hell yes. Oliver Shillington has 7 points in 12 games. Matt Dumba has been pretty solid. Thomas Hickey has been even better. You see minuses there. I never want to see minuses, but I'll give them a break just because of the guys they have gone up against. And goaltending. Now, Weeman does have a 9-13. He's 8-3-1 with 2 shutouts. He has been good. And I never want to talk good about goaltenders because they always end up hurting you in the worst possible way. I have liked his play, but we need to continue to get better. We need to get better. Okay? So the San Jose Sharks. 50, 26, and 6, riding a 7-3-0 win, 7-3-0 in their last 10 heading in to the playoffs. They are here in the Western Conference Finals. I am intrigued to see who they beat along the way. First round, they beat the Colorado Avalanche in 6. They beat Vegas in 7. So we're both pretty tired after our first 2 rounds. In the Eastern Conference Finals, you have the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Philadelphia Flyers. Interesting. So I'm honestly not too sure who San Jose has here in 2025. There's only a few players I can recall. who would still be on the roster at this current time, so I'm actually pretty intrigued to see who they have. Oh, they got Henrik Borgstrom, obviously. Let's start from the top. Jonathan Dahlin, 27 years of age. He was that prospect flipped a long time ago to, I want to say, he was traded from Ottawa to Vancouver, and then he was flipped from Vancouver to San Jose for, I can't recall the other prospect that went the other way. But here in San Jose, he's had his best season ever. Nobody ever expected him to be this good. I mean, he's been pretty good with the San Jose Sharks. 86 points in 82 games, plus 24, 16 points, 7-game winners. He's their first-line center. Well-deserved. He's playing alongside Connor Sheary, who is at his career best. He had 70 points. I mean, I doubt he'll ever hit that IRL, but he has been good with the Sharks alongside Jonathan Dahlin and their big young guy and Brad Lambert. 88 points in 82 games, 4-game winners, 15 power play points in the regular season, 12 points in 13 games in the postseason. He has been good. That's a good first line. I think our first line's better, so maybe this is the series where our first line gets it going, because I think Jonathan Dahlin matched up against Anthony Francis could go wrong on a lot of different aspects. I mean, Jonathan Dahlin isn't the best defensive player, so you could definitely see Anthony Francis taking him apart. But for Brad Lambert and Connor Sheary, I say the advantage goes to our first line. Second line is also really solid. You have Jeremy Bracco, who I would say is an underrated Leafs prospect. He's probably the best prospect in their farm. I don't know if you can call him a prospect anymore. He hasn't played any NHL games, if I'm not mistaken. I want to say he hasn't. He's played with the Marlies for a long time. I think he was even in the ECHL for a bit, but he's an offensive guy. That's a good center to have. Then you have Logan Couture, who I think will retire with the San Jose Sharks. But I also thought Joe Pavelski would retire with the San Jose Sharks. But I think Logan Couture, their current captain, will finish with the Sharks. He's still been good. At 36 years of age, he can put up goals. Then you have Evander Kane. And everybody has their opinions about Evander Kane. Most of you guys are right about your opinions. But he's an offensive juggernaut. I mean, not juggernaut, but he can put up numbers. He can put up goals. He's important to this team. He's got 9 goals in 13 games here in the postseason, so a deadly offensive player. Then you work your way to the third line. You got Henrik Borgstrom. We know all too well about Henrik Borgstrom. Traded a first-round pick for him last trade deadline, or the trade deadline before that, I guess. Or on our way to the postseason last year when Evgeny Malkin got hurt. He was okay for us. A lot better than for the Sharks this year. 65 points in 82 games. He was good on the power play. He was good shorthanded. He's only playing 15 minutes a night, so he was a workhorse for them. Camden O'Sullivan, who's a younger guy for them, top 9 potential, 81 overall, solid guy there. Then you got Jonas Donskoy, underrated guy for the San Jose Sharks, definitely a workhorse for them. But he played in Colorado there for a bit? No, that was... No, wait. Who am I thinking of? No, wait, that's simulation. Did he play? He played in San Jose. He went back to Colorado, and he went back to San Jose. Okay, I thought I was going crazy. Okay. Cool. Fourth line, you have Sawyer and Androv. Medium elite potential. Third line scoring forward, 81 overall. Solid guy there. I would debate playing him farther up in the lineup, especially since he's a pure centerman. You can debate that all you want. You got Adam Henrique, 35 years of age. Not worth the contract that he's making IRL, $5+ million. Definitely not worth that, but he's a solid guy for the San Jose Sharks. You have Joachim Blischfield, 26 years of age, 79 overall. Whoops. And of course, my house is making sounds because who the hell flushed the toilet? Defense. Yes. Erik Karlsson, the guy that I've debated bringing on for a few seasons now since we had the cap. It was probably the last season that we could go out and acquire a guy like Erik Karlsson because of our assets, because of the amount of cap that we have to use during the deadline. We had the ability to go out and get him, but no. We are facing Erik Karlsson, one of the generational talent in Erik Karlsson. He's defined what it means to be an offensive defenseman for the San Jose Sharks and the Ottawa Senators, more primarily. What an absolute machine. Can't be Erik Karlsson, especially with that robotic ankle. If he was healthy, gosh, people would be scared of him. Ryan Merkley, one of their young gun prospects. I believe he was just drafted? He's drafted in 2018. Okay. People say he's got an attitude, but if he's a talented player, he can go a lot of places, especially if he's in the right system. So, 89 overall, 24 years of age. Yeah, that's a nice guy to have there with Erik Karlsson. You have Rafael D'Agostini, nice young guy, and then you have Mario Ferraro, Joakim Kuka, and then you have TJ Brody. So that's a really solid defensive core. I think the best teams that have played so far in the postseason, that have played us really well, have been really solid defensive teams. Okay, and I believe, was it 2 seasons ago, we played the Sharks and lost to them in the first round, so they're looking to repeat on that end. Do they have any awesome goalies here? Okay, they don't have a goalie. They have an aging Martin Jones, and they have Pecorine. Pecorine obviously is the best player in Nashville Predators history. I mean, you can talk about, but you got Philip Forsberg and you got maybe Shea Weber. Pecorine has defined what it means to be a goaltender. Wins on wins on wins. He's been their best guy year in, year out. He's older now, but that's not the best goaltender duo. But you don't really know goaltenders if they have a solid defense. It doesn't really matter what overall your goaltenders are. Scratch players, I did sneak a peek here. Robbie Fabry, who just adds a whole lot to that offensive core. He's healthy and ready to go. They got Ivan Chikovic, and they have Daniil Yurtaikin. That's a really solid group. I get why they're here. They had 50 wins. They might even be more solid than the Chicago Blackhawks, especially where their players are in the lineup. They might work better all around. Okay, we're both two tired teams, both just fought 7-game series. We have home ice advantage. Let's start off this series right. First period, game number 1 here in Minnesota. 0-0, goaltending battle. Over double digits in shots from each team. We lead 12-10 in that category, but it's still 0-0. Second period. Okay, 0-0 yet again. The San Jose Sharks are trailing at shots, 18-22. We should be able to put up goals against this team. We should. If it's Seth Jones in the lineup, we should be putting up goals. I went on a tangent about not getting shut out. Anthony Francis comes up big. It was only a matter of time. Power play for San Jose. We kill it off. That is a huge one. They're skyrocketing in shots here. Getting a lot on net. Another power play for San Jose. We kill it off again. Of course, Henrik Borgstrom scores to tie the game late in the third period. Are we heading to an OT frame? We are. It's 1-1. Am I going to get really angry this series? I feel like I am, because they have a 78 and a 77 overall goaltender in net. I'm going to get really mad if we don't pull this one off. I don't care what the shots are. Finish this game in overtime, Minnesota. There are no excuses at this point. Oh my God. Power play and OT. Finish it, guys. Come on, Minnesota. Minnesota. Power play for San Jose. God! I want to hit my table, but I was told not to hit my table, so I'm not going to hit the table. Ugh! Martin Jones, he's a 78 overall! He's a 78 overall game! I'm actually going to go mad. I'm going to go insane. Are you serious? A 2-1 overtime loss. Jaden Weeman, this is not on you. That is 100% our offense. You couldn't capitalize on your chances, and you get beat to a 78 overall goaltender. I was told not to hit my table, so I'm not going to hit my table. If we lose to a 78 overall goaltender, I'm going to be mad. Game number 2, home ice, first period. Oh, I hate this game. I hate this game. Weeman is an 88 overall goaltender. Our defense is like 99 overall, man. What else do you want me to do, God? Why can't you just give a little bit of love into the Minnesota Wild? Second period, whatever. Whatever. What am I supposed to do, game? It's a 78 overall goaltender and you've put up 2 goals in 2 games? Legitimately, tell me what I'm supposed to do, game. Because I have done everything you've asked for. I have. I've done everything in my power to get this team to be a 60-plus win team 2 years in a row. Screw the last goal, Beckman. I'm sorry. You were one of 2 people to show up that game. Terrible first period from every aspect. I'm going to lose my mind. Is that what you want me to do, game? I don't care about the draft. I don't care. At this point, I literally couldn't care less. We've put up 2 goals in 2 games. I'm going best lines. I'm cheesing the system. Best lines it is. Screw that. I'm so upset with this team. I'm so upset with its play. I don't know what else it wants me to do. I don't know. Weeman, for the love of God, man. Stop allowing first period 3-goal deficits. You gotta stop that. Game number 3 in San Jose. We cannot go down 3-0, boys. It's do or die, first period. Oh, I dropped my controller. Sure, whatever. That's stupid. What am I supposed to do, Weeman? Do I have to trade you to, like, what team in the East? The Florida Panthers. Would you like that? You want to watch nobody watch you in the stands? Is that what you want? And we tie the game. We've had 1 lead this entire series. 1. Jack Hughes shows up 1 minute into the second period. Kaprizov makes it 2-1 and Erik Karlsson goes and ties it. I don't care what the shots are. You need to win this game, Minnesota. Pull it out of you. Come on. You're a President's winning team 2 years running. You cannot be losing to San Jose. Jack Hughes is second of the evening. Come on, Minnesota. Please, for the love of God, hold the fort down. Hold it down. Thank you. Game 3 victory on their home ice. Jack Hughes with his best game of the postseason. I won't even talk about goaltending because there's absolutely no point. We cut the series lead in half. We're at the SAP Center at San Jose. Is that really the name of their arena? Whatever. Our big guys aren't getting it done. They're not showing up enough. I have not seen an offensive game in since Game 7 of the second round. Where is our offense? I literally couldn't tell you. Let's tie the series up on their home ice. First period. Here we go. 2-1. 2 straight goals. Langweeder on the power play. Kaprizov makes it 2-0. O'Sullivan cuts the lead in half. 2:02 remaining in the first period. They lead in shots, but we have the most important stat. Goals. Second period. 3-1 Anthony Francis on the power play. That is big. That is big. Leading in shots 22-18. Come on, third period. We can tie this series up, making it another best-of-3 series. We can do this, boys. Just slow it down. Make it your game. Power play for San Jose. Jason Zucker scores a shorty. It was too close in the first period. We slow it down. We make it our game like we know how to do. A President Trophy winning team. We tie the series up after 2 horrendous games in Minnesota. We send it all the way back to Minnesota for a best-of-3 now. We've played plenty of those. I want to say year number 1, it was a best-of-3. We lost. Year number 2, I want to say it was a best-of-3. We also lost that round. or the years in playoffs. So the first time we lost a best of 3. Second year, we lost a best of 3. Third year in the postseason, I think we won a best of 3 twice. And they're here in postseason number 4. Okay. Best of 3. We finally started to heat things up. 4-1 victory, 2 straight victories on their home ice. Coming back to the XL Energy Center where we haven't had a lot of luck this postseason. Here we go. Philadelphia actually has a 3-1 series advantage over the Leafs. Here we go. First period. 1-1. Donskoy scores pretty early into this game. Cale Newman shows up again. Haven't seen his name in a little bit. Good to see him back. His 14th goal of the postseason. Shots are in their favor by 1, 12-11. Second period. Okay, I'm going to lose my mind. We should be putting up so many goals against a 78 overall. That's not fair. Is there any point of wasting money on a goaltender? This is why I dislike this game so much. I try again to make this team a team. We win 62 games in a regular season. We get it done. 2 years in a row, 60-plus wins. That's 120 wins if your math checks out. Okay? It's not fair that you walk into a postseason and you get crushed by a 78 overall goaltender. It does not matter what your defense and what your offense is. There's no way a 78 overall goaltender should be anywhere near a starting position in the NHL. It is just not fair. That should be written into your code. That's not a thing that should be a thing. Jack Hughes, Connor Sheary, 2 goals in the second period. They're tearing us apart in shots. As the Minnesota Wild literally just put shots on the net. You're bound to score. Seriously. There's 2 guys on their defense shutting you down. Erik Karlsson and Ryan Merkley. That's their first pairing. After that, it's whatever. You got Marcus Mironov, you got Matt Dumba, you got all these offensive players. You can get it done, Minnesota. Third period. Come on, Minnesota. Where's the offense? Put some shots on the net, guys. Come on. You need 1. Halfway through the third. Don't you do it. Okay, we kill off a penalty. Oh my God, Minnesota. Don't do this to me again, boys. Oh, and we're heading to the second OT in this series, and you know how it went last time? They scored on a power play, and we failed to score on a power play. Oh, I can't look. Come on, Minnesota. Come on. They're literally anybody. Every time! It doesn't matter. 3 stars don't matter. This game doesn't matter. Why are you watching? It doesn't matter. Anything that I do, it does not matter. It does not matter with this game. Whatever you do, you could literally put a 53 overall goaltender in it, and it doesn't matter. Guess what? You need like 2 players on your team to show up, and that's it. That's all you need to do. Don't put any money into the goaltending. Literally just a 78 overall goaltender, and you're fine. It does not matter in this game. I've tried year in, year out. We're down 3-2 to the San Jose Sharks in the Western Conference Finals. I mean, we pulled some magic out of the hat. Rabbit out of the hat? I don't know what the phrase is. In the second round over the Chicago Blackhawks. Do we have it in us? I don't think we do. I honestly don't. This team does not feel right in the postseason. We should be dominating the Sharks. I mean, let's look at this. Let's look. Come on. So what's here? What can I possibly do? Let's send Griffin up here. Nobody's been effective there. So, really, like, what do I do in this situation? Do I go maybe something like that? I'm honestly not super sure. Weeman has gotten better. He's not been bad. Game number 6. Our historical run in the regular season could be ended in Game 6 of the Western Conference Finals. First period. Zeros. Oh, I'm gonna lose my mind. If we lose to this goaltender, I don't know what I do next episode. Cause I love this team. We simulate so well, but when it comes to the postseason, we're like, oh, it's 78 over goaltender. What am I supposed to do now? Second period. Zero, zero. I don't. Whatever. It does not matter. I'm putting my controller down. Does not matter. I'm walking away. Kaprizov scores a goal. That's huge, but that's not. And back. I'm so done. You can't hold on to a. This is Jason Zucker. Jason Zucker scores. It's 2-1. Oh, Chris Griffin. Hell yes, I moved you up and you scored a goal. That's all me, baby. That's all me. Come on. Come on, Minnesota. Come on, Minnesota. Come on, Minnesota. Just hold on. Just hold on. And we tie up this series, forcing a Game 7. I hate this game. I hate this game so much. I hate this game. Okay. Game 7, second straight series coming back down 3-2. In the series, we have a chance to head back to the Stanley Cup Finals for the second straight year. Philadelphia is the team coming from the Eastern Conference. The road doesn't get any easier, boys. It starts with one step. But there is no tomorrow. Yet again, we are faced with a situation where I can't do much here. It is up to the players that I pay millions of dollars to. It's up to the players that I've spent months. I guess this is officially 1 month in the franchise mode. Episode 31, I guess. I've spent time, so many hours, making this team the right team. And we finally got it done in the regular season. We 2-time President's Trophy winners. Minnesota has never done that before. You have a generational talent in Anthony Francis. You need to win. I don't know what I will do in the off season if we lose here. I don't know what kind of position I'm put into heading into the off season if we lose right here. It's cup or bust. It is a Stanley Cup or disappointment for the Minnesota Wild. Game 7. At home. Slow sim. Come on, power play early. Luke Kunin on the power play. I will frickin' take it. Martin Jones is in net for them. Another power play. Lewis Langleader getting it done on the power play. Oh, I just threw my shoulder out. Oh, my God. Ow! Oh, I'm fine. Okay. First period. Come on. Finish it. 2-0 lead, similar to last Game 7 where we went up 2-0 early. Both goals came on the power play that time too. We're doubling them up in shots. Second period, come on, continue this. Come on, make it 3-0. O'Sullivan scores. It's 2-1 Minnesota. We still have the lead. Another power play for San Jose, who's taking penalties. No, Erik Karlsson, we blow the 2-goal lead. No, Minnesota. No! Minnesota! Oh, what a terrible second period. There's no reason for a pep talk at this point. We're leading his shots. Erik Karlsson. I'm going to see that guy in my nightmares. There's nothing more I can say. I've given my all to this team. It's Game 7. It's tied 2-2 heading into the third period. This is what legends are made of. Go out there, prove your worth to me. Make a name for yourself. Make it hard. Make it an easy decision this offseason to not do anything. Win. Come on, third period. Here we go. Power play early. Lewis Langleader, the absolute beauty. I love you to death. Kill off a power play. God. Now, why are you taking penalties so much, Minnesota? Newman shows up. Come on, Minnesota. Come on, Stanley Cup. Come on, get it done. Come on, Minnesota. Oh, we did it. Yes, the Minnesota Wild are headed back to the Stanley Cup Finals for the second straight year. First star goes to Louis Langweeder. Cale Newman with the game winner in Game 7. 2 straight series, coming back down 3-2 to force a Game 7 and winning both times. My heart literally can't do this. What? That series infuriated me. But it only gets worse from here. Thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed this one, please leave a like, leave a comment, share with people who you think may enjoy this sort of thing. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.